CTFR Squadron Xray. This is a Tournament of Stars 3 league, and another great match today awaits us. With me today I have 7 Zane, who's gonna be a co-caster. Yep.
I'm running Clan Sabergoose with my co-lead Jeff and trying to cast as many of the lower div games as I can. Should be a great match. I casted actually both of these teams last week, and they put out some excellent performances, so I'm excited.
Sounds good, yeah. I can see teams already invited the duelist here, so we're gonna wait for them to press a lock, and we will start the first duel.
Yeah, so the first drop of Tournament of Stars is a set of duels. You have a 1v1 and a pair of 2v2s. This week, the duel is on Steiner Coliseum, and both teams will be dropping the Nightjeer Hotel trial mech, which is 2 Gauss rifles and 2 ER larges. Bonus, if you use the trial mechs, you actually get the skill tree with it. So the pilots will have stuff like advanced zoom and all that.
Yep. Thankfully, that got added not that long ago. Previously, it wasn't the case, so bringing a trial mech was a big disadvantage for a team. But currently, you can bring them as any other mech.
Yeah, PGI has really put a bit of a push through updating the trial mechs, not just giving them the skill trees, but they tightened up the builds on a lot of them fairly recently, which is always good to see.
And now they even look good with a special camo for trial mechs instead of just green.
So it used to be like when I was starting out, if you wanted to try a mech, you would do the trial mech in the training grounds, but you wouldn't dare take it into the soup, into quick play. Yeah, you could probably get away with it now, honestly.
Yeah, you can easily get away with it. The builds are created by one of the best pilots here. As far as I know, Cauldron did all the builds for all the trial mechs, so they're pretty good in the battlefield.
Mm-hmm. And who was I think it was Direwolf, but I know some of the Cauldron members actually streamed, like very intentionally playing all of the trial mech builds to test them out.
Yep, I haven't seen this stream, but yeah, I took some for a spin as well, and they pretty good. You can easily get 1,000 damage even, so no issues now.
Mm-hmm. So the other two duels, to look ahead just a bit as we wait for our pilots to let it ready up. The second duel is a 2v2. It's going to be on Mech Factory with 1 assault and 1 medium. And the third duel will be on Boreal Reach, aka Polar Highlands Classic. And it'll be a heavy and a light. It's worth noting that this is Tournament of Stars, which means it's all clan tech all the time. None of that inner sphere garbage.
Don't say stuff like that about my favorite in the sphere mechs. They're so good. Clan mechs are
Yeah.
not superior. I don't believe in it.
Look, I like my Silver Bullet Gauss rifles as much as the next Corsair owner, but the clan tech, this and the Inner Sphere Coalition tournament, the 66 3-point conquest tournament that happened not too long ago, are probably the most flavorful of the MWO comp season.
Yeah, I agree. AC is my favorite tournament of the year, just because the only thing you can bring is Inner Sphere mechs. You have
Yeah.
Atlas in Inner Sphere, so that's what else do you need?
Well, I think I know what mech you want to see, the Godzilla.
Yeah, maybe. Sadly, we won't see it in any of the duels, and only in third, fourth, or fifth drop, as you can bring any legendaries in the first.
Any
three
legendary
drops.
in drops 2 through 5. However, you can only bring each legendary mech once.
Yep. Alright, I can see both teams are ready, so you ready to start?
Yeah, let's do this.
Alright, let's go. Just a heads up for anyone who's joining us the first time. Stream has a 5-minute delay, so if there's any issues, don't hesitate to write it in chat, but keep in mind that it's gonna take me a few minutes to notice them a message and to fix the issue.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're gonna start with a red team. I'm going to the blue team here.
Yep.
Oh.
Although for this particular drop, we know exactly what mechs the pilots are going to be in, so...
That is true, yeah. No need to go over the builds or the mechs.
This is command. Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
Okay, so we have Matt the Cat 93 from Operation Joke and Aiba from Squadron Xray.
Now, ignore the team names for this particular match. The in-game spec mode banner just looks at the unit tags of the top pilot. And
you don't have to worry about that. My overlay covers it and puts the correct ones. So yeah. You can see the Squadron X-Ray is moving towards the Pokeball position, the best position for long-range mechs here.
Yeah. And Mad the Cat's hiding out. Oh, takes a very big shot to the side there.
5%. Ooh, left torso open from the back. Nice shot.
Yeah, that is the one problem with the Mad Cats. You can sort of over-twist.
So far, Aiba is winning the trade, winning the duel heavily.
Now, I have to wonder, at a certain point, if you open up the torso like that, do you just YOLO charge in? Like, do you risk continuing to trade?
Yeah, it's open from the back, so you still have to trade, yeah. Not sure it's actually worth it to go and push with these mechs.
Apparently that seems to be Aiba's idea.
Yeah, apparently he doesn't care, and it works out for him.
Opens up the CT on Mad Cats, too.
Yeah. Ooh, side torso lost. CT is heavily beaten up. Aiba shooting the arm.
I'm tempted to put that more down to good twisting on Mad the Cats.
Yep.
But very decisive win from Aiba there.
Yeah, sadly the twisting wasn't enough to win the fight here. Let's take a look at damage numbers. 432 for Aiba and only 176 for Mad the Cat.
Yeah. Shows the importance of being able to hold your laser burns.
Yep. Okay, 1 point goes to Operation Joke. Was it Squadron X-Ray? Correct me, please. I got lost a little bit. Aiba was from Squadron X-Ray, right? So yeah, 1 point goes to Squadron X-Ray. Okay, I see you already posted the code, so great. Don't have to think about it.
Yep. It is still on the winning team to provide the stats, or provide the things, but to be nice, we record them all if we're casting.
Yep. I just try to not forget about it. Alright, gotta swap the teams. That was done. We now have to wait for teams to invite their next duelists. If someone doesn't know, you can only, in duels, you can only duel once. You have to bring some other pilots for the next duel.
It very much is kind of like a broken up version of a proper drop, right?
Yeah. And you get exactly 6 points as for usual drop if you kill all the enemies and win 2 out of 3 duels.
Indeed. Now, in the sort of the mid-tonnage drop here, I'm expecting to see stone rhinos. We've seen a lot of them in the previous casts.
That is true. I saw one today as well. Actually, 2 in this drop. One of them was more middle range, and the other one was brawl, and the brawl won.
Yeah, I mean it's like LBX 80 or something.
I think it had 2 LBX 20s and 6 SRM6. and that was quite a lot of firepower. The first hit opened the side torso of the opponent. So yeah.
Yeah. And we have CTFR locked up here.
Yep. Just checking the stream. It seems everything works fine.
Yep. The other thing to note is Mech Factory, kind of like what's the new map? Operation Bear Claw. It's covered, so RD strikes are no bueno.
Yeah, that is true. Boss teams are locked. You ready to go in?
Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, for this map, you usually want to bring some jump jets here, at least on the lighter mechs, because
Yeah.
you have 2 levels here, and being on the top level gives you a really nice advantage.
Although sometimes I feel like in the assault you're tall enough that you can just sort of peek over the top level.
Yeah, I guess. For me, being on the top level just gives you an advantage of dropping down if you need to, so you can save yourself. And if you can still do this without jump jets, you just need to go on the top level from the beginning.
Not to mention the value of the initial jump jet scopes.
Yeah, that is true. Okay, I'm with the blue team here with Squadron Xray. You have Cauterizer in Stone Rhino Colossus, 2 LB20s and 6 SRM6, and Valkyrie in Vigil, 1 LBX20 and 4 SRM6.
So on the other side, we have 3 in an Ice Ferret J with 4 SRM6s, and Chair Glue in a Direwolf Ultraviolet with 2 LB20s, an Ultra 20, and 4 SRM6s.
Alright. I'm putting my money on Squadron Xray here. Bringing a lot of SRMs to this map seems like a winning strategy.
Yeah, there's very few mediums that I think are fast enough to make SRMs a skill issue.
Yeah.
As we see Chair Glue just get sandpapered down in that Direwolf.
Yeah, side torso is almost open. Three getting a back shot here. Chair Glue lost the side torso.
Cauterizer almost jumps right up to him and takes him down.
Chair Glue goes down. 3 is the only one left. Side torso is already open. He got the leg off of Valkyrie. Yeah, speed may help him here, but I'm not sure if he can take out the Stone Rhino by himself. Especially with LBX, it has some range. It's not purely brawl mech.
The thing is like LB20s, sure they're brawl weapons, but they're not as useless past 300 meters as a regular LB20.
Yeah, and I can see SRMs take the 3 out. Well done by Squadron Xray here.
Very, very clean win from Squadron Xray.
Colossus is painful indeed. And it has the most damage, 598.
Yeah, compared to 180 out of that Direwolf.
Yep. And Squadron Xray get 2 points for this drop, and they will also get 1 additional point for winning 2 duels out of 3.
And now we move into the final duel, which is the heavy and the light. I'm expecting to see a lot of Warthogs.
Yeah. Warthogs are a pretty popular pick on this map and in any of the light drops, to be honest.
14 AP Gauss just does so much work.
Yeah. Alright, teams were swapped. Overlay is swapped as well. So yeah, once teams are ready up, we can go in the third duel.
Now, I do just want to comment. I actually really like a lot of these duel maps. It's kind of a shame that Solaris died the way it did, right?
Yeah, I fully agree with you here. The once we got some Solaris events. That was the best time for me.
Yeah. The 1v1s I personally found a little challenging, but the 2v2s, that was the sweet spot for me.
Yeah. I personally like any sort of duels, 1v1s, 2v2s, 3v3s. The only problem for some time was that on this Solaris event queues, we didn't had any of the test maps. Now they started to add them because the test map A is a pretty good map. It's actually pretty fun to play. And there's
That's the one
some
that
spots.
looks like a simulation, right? Like it's got the big
Yeah,
lake.
yeah. It seems to me the developers at some point wanted to add another Solaris map, and they made like a block out of it. Just didn't add any, models and textures to make it pretty. But it still works well as a Solaris map.
Yeah.
Just bare bones project of a arena.
I mean, to me, it kind of harkens back to. I remember I used to play a lot of MechWarrior 2, back in the day with a joystick and such.
Mm.
And there was a training level in that was supposed to take place in a simulation that looked a lot like Test 2. So it may not be necessarily artistically unfinished. They may be sort of intentionally going for that like wireframe flight sim look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is a good idea for a map. Maybe if we had a little more manpower, developer power here, we could get a map like this for MVO as well. Okay, both teams are locked. Let's jump in.
I haven't seen a locked from Team 2. I've just seen one from Xray.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. I saw the second team being ready up, and I saw 2 messages, so I just assumed both were locked. Okay, yep, let's wait a second for second team too.
Case in point, Mr. T unlocking.
Okay. Good thing that I didn't launch and that you spotted that they are not actually locked.
Okay, now we're locked.
Alright, let's go in. I really like this map because you can take hold on top of this like mech base you're coming from. Especially if you have some long range mechs. I usually do it with like Direwolf or something like that if we play some Solaris event queues.
So we could see Nightjeers coming back. I know yesterday we saw a lot of the sort of Dhaka Nightjeer.
Yep, and we're gonna see another Nightjeer here as well from Mr. T. Just I can't see what he's built yet. Actually, while people are loading in, I'm gonna fly into the mech base and for Operation Joke, the blue team here, we have Summoner with SRM2s and SRM6 and Traitor in Mistlings with Epigauss and Gear Micro Lasers.
And then we've got the Dhaka Nightjeer from Mr. T running 5 AC5s and Alpha Raster in an Arctic Cheetah, which when he drops down I can actually click on it. 5 ER Maids.
Alright.
So laser boat on that Arctic Cheetah.
I'm a bit sad Mr. T didn't want to take this position on top of mech base. It would have been good for him, especially since Operation Joke is pushing into them.
Yeah, very, very brawly from Operation Joke.
Yep.
Could be that Mr. T doesn't realize that that's actually a valid spot to stand, because it does kind of look like it would be out of bounds.
Yeah, you gotta know about that spot to be there. This is actually, as you can see, Mr. T was shooting at Aidan, and all of his shots went into some sort of shield on the arena. There's a spot.
Oh, yeah.
Same for Traitor, all the shots that are fired at him go past him into this kind of shield. Which looks kinda cool, but yeah, it's sad when your shots go there. Okay, Aidan is getting a lot of hits.
Yeah, his right torso was and getting just picked on by Alpha Raster.
25% of the enemies are eliminated.
Mr. T gets a kill.
Critical losses. We need
Drills out Aiden from behind, it looks like.
Yep. didn't had quite enough time to get a kill on Mr. T here, sadly. Traitor loses a leg and Cytor and self-destruction. Alright, another 2 kills for CTFR here.
Yep. So just to explain the mechanics, if you're in a clan mech that's running XL and you lose your side torso like that, you also lose half your heat capacity. So it's not uncommon to see, especially light mechs, lose a side torso and either shut down and blow up, or keep running for 5 seconds and then blow up to overheat damage, if their pilot remembered to hit the override.
Yep. I know that like the act of this happening is called creasing. Just don't remember why it's called that. Probably there was a developer who introduced this mechanic at some point, and he was called Crease, so that's why it's called creasing.
Either that, or he was the first one to get caught doing it on camera.
Alright, so I swapped the teams. We're moving to Conquest, Helibor Outpost.
Yeah.
Alright, let me quickly check.
So as we move into the proper Conquest matches, just to remind everyone, this is essentially King of the Hill mode. There's only one valid point per map. In the case of Helibor Outpost, it's the Sigma cap that both teams will be fighting over.
Yep, and I already opened the map strats, so everyone can take a look at our Sigma here.
So what we've seen a lot of is from Team 2 side, you just kind of run right along this canyon, pop up into the nice defendable rock castle in sort of Delta 7, Charlie 7 here. From Team 1, we've seen a couple different routes. Sometimes we'll see Team 1 basically mirror and go up into the jungle gym at Fox 7, Echo 7. And sometimes we'll see them be kind of sneaky and go into the tree ridge that everybody fights over in quick play.
Yep, but the fights in quick play are usually aimed in a different direction. No one usually plays around Sigma.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually saw from Team 2 going to Delta 5, Elliot 5 as well is a viable strategy, especially if you know that they're going towards this jungle gym, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess that's mostly all of the positions here. I guess you can try to play some sneaky stuff in Charlie 7 here, in this like waterfall area, because if you go here, jump on this waterfall, you actually have a clear view of Sigma from there.
We've also seen sometimes there's a little notch kind of here, and I've seen more Team 1 than Team 2 actually try to sneak a range mech up there. It gives you very nice clear firing lines into Sigma.
Alright. To be honest, I don't like teams playing around Sigma that much on this map, just because we only have one conquest point, so it's gonna take you like 20 minutes to get 750 points here. So it's not as viable strategy as in other tournaments where you can, you know, provoke your enemy to push into you just because they're losing by points. Here it's not gonna happen, maybe only if there's like 3 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, most matches I've seen have been skirmish and then somebody goes and caps the point.
Yeah.
Now, the one downside to taking the sort of 5 line, this push, like the push from the 5 line into Sigma, is kind of rough. There's not a ton of cover there. But if you're fast enough and you've got jump jets, it's not like it's very doable. So I wonder if we're going to see something like Summoners, Timberwolves. I'm trying to think of sort of brawlier jump jet mechs.
Most likely not in this drop, because this drop is 200 tons maximum, so maybe Vipers.
Yeah. I'm expecting to see 8 Vipers.
Yep, me too. Does Vartok has any jump jets? Not sure.
I don't think it does. Like it's not comparable per se, but if I had to counterpick Vipers, I was talking about this with Luscious yesterday actually. Oh, teams are locked up.
Yeah, but the second team has 205 tons, so I'm gonna
Oh.
tell them about that.
Oh, never mind.
Joke. Okay, I can see they noticed their mistake. I'm not sure if you can. Does it count if you write same as a locked?
I'm gonna say they have to actually say the word locked in their sentence.
Yeah, I would agree, but we are not the refs, so we can't really make any decisions here about that. But yeah, right now both teams are locked. Tonnages look good, no issues here, so let's start.
And the counter pick mech would be the Ice Ferret.
For the push of Vipers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a little tankier and you're fast enough that you can still get into the fight. But the Ice Ferret also doesn't really have jump jets.
Yeah, and that's a big issue for this map. There's a lot of rocky ridges where if you have jump jets, you can outrun most mechs just by kiting around these mountains and stuff.
Alright, so I'm hanging out on T2 side.
Alright. T2, okay, I'm gonna move to Gamma then, towards team 1 side. While we have a minute, actually like this map, it looks kinda cool, kinda beautiful.
In a good way, it looks like a tabletop I'd see at an independent hobby shop that plays a lot of Warhammer 40k circa 2006.
Alright, I'm
So
the CTFR team here. I'm gonna tell you what they brought. And I can see 4 Vipers, heavy machine guns, Micra, pulse lasers on all of them. Yep. And 1 Arctic Wolf with SRMs for SRM6.
a bit of a mix coming out of Operation Joke. They've got 3 Shadow Cats, 2 of which are on machine guns and beam lasers, one of which is on ERPPCs. And then they have a Viper scale shot, so that'll be SRMs, and a Mistlynx. Running the typical Mistlynx build.
Interesting. You can see one of the Shadow Cats has ERPPCs.
Yeah. So you've got 4 brawlers and 1 sort of Pop-Tart in that ERPPC Shadow Cat.
Alright. My money on CTFR once again. They have more brawl and Vipers show really good show here on this map.
We've seen a lot of, at this 200-ton drop, you can't really run the poke mech.
Yeah.
Like, the mech is not quite big enough, and the mechs are absolutely fast enough.
Yeah, I think I saw exactly the same matchup happening today when I was casting Div B. Fjord versus... I forgot. Versus another team.
I feel bad for 3 here. I think he's about to wander into most if... Oh, he got the UAV.
Oh, nice. That is here. They set up a fire line, and 3 seems to be living for long enough.
Yeah. He got out of that very cleanly.
Yeah. The only problem is he's not going to his teammates, he's going away from them.
Yeah.
Leg is open already. Both legs are open. He loses a leg and 3 goes down. Yep.
Dead before he hit the ground.
No legs are open on CTFR side yet.
Yep. As it looks like Aiden Pride is the called target.
Yep. Both legs are open on Aiden. He's gonna die in the air once again.
And then Trader is next called target.
Yep. A lot of machine guns here. Leg lost. And goes down as well.
Yeah. Very, very good coordination from CTFR.
Yep. Mr. T has both legs open, but he's still running towards the enemy.
Chair Glue is fully fresh and running away. as it looks like CTFR splits up and hunts down their various quarries.
Yeah, sadly this Shadow Cat is not fast enough to outrun the Vipers.
Yeah. It was an interesting call with the beam lasers. I think they're worth a shot. I just think in these sort of light drops, you don't have enough time to really get the DPS out.
Yeah, that is true. Cherglue should go down in a second here. Yep, and he goes down. Yeah, the problem here is the map is not as big for you to get a lot of damage, to get some legs before enemies get in your face.
I think it's the verticality that makes it feel a lot bigger than it actually is.
Yeah, most likely. That's why the Vipers are so good here. If they brought some mechs without jump jets, they would be done for.
Oh yeah. No, whatever mech you're bringing on this map, I think you need some amount of uppies.
Resource
Yeah.
point Sigma.
I agree. Alright, so it's 5-0 for CTFR here. Well done by them. But to be
Very
honest, yeah, it's mostly a win of drop deck. Just so good to have a brawl here on this drop.
Yeah. So as we move into drop 3, we move into my favorite drop, tonnage-wise, this tournament. Because I feel that 275 is kind of the sweet spot, tonnage-wise,
Yeah,
where it's just heavy enough that you can get range to work. You can run things like the Night Jeer. Maybe we'll see a Marauder, some of those sort of 80-ton assaults. But the brawl can still brawl. It's not like what we're going to see at the 450 drop, where unless you're really hard committing to, I don't know, something like Dire or Kodiaks, I guess, you're not really going to see a brawl on drop 5.
yeah, I agree. This drop is the best one because you can bring some. There's a lot of tonnage for you to bring a lot of mediums and lights, but there's also enough tonnage to bring one assault or heavy for like a lot of firepower. If you can play around this big mech, you can usually win.
Yeah. You can even do 375 tonners and 225s.
Yep. What I usually saw on this map, you can go back to the map strats. In the game I was casting today, the teams that brought Brawl in the drop 2, the one we saw, they usually bring some trade mechs in current drop, in 275 one. Yeah, because your enemies are gonna be a bit slower, because they need to fill out more tonnage. Mid-range deck actually works much better in this drop.
Oh, very much so. And that's where we'll see stuff like whether it's the Night Jeer, maybe it's there's an Onion variant that can boat a really gross UAC build, or even something like the Vapor Eagle.
Yeah, I also saw some Timberwolves.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that is a possibility.
The Timby is kind of emblematic of why I like this tonnage so much, because on any heavier tonnage, the Timberwolf is just going to get ripped apart.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's a fairly fragile heavy mech.
Yeah, I'd say Timberwolf is like the most average mediocre mech. It does everything fine, but nothing. It doesn't do anything great. Yeah, just a good mech for any sort of situation. It's
the quintessential Omni mech.
Yeah. It's fairly fast, you can build whatever you want on it. It has jump jets, so yeah, and you can put a lot of weapons in it. Yeah, the only problem is it's kind of fragile, as you said.
Yeah. Especially if you run LRMs, or I think ATMs use the LRM model, but the LRM missile pod shoulders, you get those huge cat ears. Which, iconic to MechWarrior as a series, also very, very easy targets, not unlike the catapults boxes.
Well, the only benefit is that you get some damage reduction when you get shot in these ears.
Yeah, you get the doors.
Yeah.
I know for a while in ISC, actually, that was a big reason why people were running the Dervish. You would put like rocket launcher 10s on the two side torsos, and it gave you the missile door armor buff.
All right. Does it work still, or was it fixed?
I have no idea. I haven't checked. In ISC, we didn't run a ton of dervishes because the other big reason you ran it was it boated MPLs really well. And at the latest ISC, MPLs sort of fell out of favor for large X-Pulse.
Yeah, that is true. Still, the Dervish is the best mech if you want to boat a lot of rocket launchers.
Oh yeah.
That was my favorite mech for all these Solaris events, where you just get 8 rocket launchers and you just try to annihilate the enemy with 1 hit.
I have a soft spot for the urban mech, just in general. Notably, the clan urban mech is legal in this tournament, but they're both considered legendary, so you can use both the variants once.
Yeah. And another rule is you have to bring less than, like, you have to bring only maximum of 4 urban mechs in the whole game.
It is in fact the only mech that's legal that you can run. You can't run more than 4 of, because you can only run 2, because you can only run each variant once.
Yeah, that is true. There's more mechs like this. You have Clan Wolfhound, that was the loyalty mech, which is only 1, and you have some Gauzilla and stuff. Yeah.
Both teams are locked up.
Yep. Let's go. Also,
another underrated one we might see on this map is actually the Warhawk.
I haven't seen Warhawk in a long time, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just kinda seems inferior to Direwolf, or maybe to Gargoyle.
Well, that's just the thing. It feels like a budget Direwolf or Gargoyle, but then you realize it's also 85 tons.
Yeah, but Gargoyle is 80 tons, so you get kinda the same package, but it's faster and a bit actually lighter than the Warhawk.
Yeah, but you also don't look like a mini Direwolf.
That is true.
As we wait for the teams to load in here. We've seen surprisingly few hunchbacks.
I don't think I saw any hunchbacks, to be honest, this tournament.
All right.
Maybe 1 or 2 maximum.
The teams have loaded in. CTFR with a fairly mixed deck, it looks like. They've got a Summoner B, piloted by Mr. T. Arctic Cheetah, Shadowcat Prime, and an Executioner, along with the MLX, the Mislinks. The Executioner is running ERPPCs and Micropulse. The Summoner is running CERMs, and then looks like the standard sort of brawl poking build. CERMs on the Arctic Wolf and beam lasers on the Shadowcat.
Oh, right. Is it beam lasers on the Shadowcat?
Sorry, heavy larges.
Okay, yeah. So from Operation Joke we have a linebacker with SRMs, Mislinks with AP Gauss here Micros, Summoner with 8 SRMs, Summoner with 4 SRM6 and 6 SRM2s, and another Shadowcat going behind everyone with heavy large lasers, 2 airmets and 6 machine guns. Not the light machine guns, just the regular ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so it
I feel like on
seems...
this map, you want the lights for the extra range.
Yeah.
On this map, you'd want the lights for the extra range.
Yeah, I agree. Some people like machine guns more to duel against lights, but yeah, I actually prefer light machine guns. I know Jiram preferred regular ones.
Forces have Sigma.
Just never stuck with me. So it seems CTFR are more brawl push deck here. Well, the Operation Joke is kinda more mid-range as well. they have some SRMs, but not every mech. Well, actually, it seems they even here.
Yeah, it looks like a kind of a brawl push mirror. If anything, I'd put the range advantage on CTFR with that with the executioner.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay, so it seems CTFR are using their range advantage and setting a fire line here next to Sigma.
Yeah, and this is the sort of the big push I was talking about being a bit of a problem if you're the brawl deck.
Yeah. With this kind of strategy, you just have to bite the bullet and just push, because the longer you wait, the more armor you're gonna lose, the harder for you it's gonna be.
You have to send it.
Yep. Aiden already has his left leg almost open, red armor.
See if Operation Joke can armor share here. It's an underrated skill in big pushes like this.
Yeah. Seems they're doing a good job with it.
Yeah. 3 rotates up, take the lead.
The only problem is their Shadowcat is too far away from them. Is not participating in this push. So who are they gonna focus? They have Mistlink in their back. Aiden gets some hits on the on Alpha Rastor.
They can get the pick here on Cauterizer maybe. But no, he takes down Chairglow as he charges up.
Cauterizer gets a kill already. 3 is CT open. Ooh, CT red. Goes down as well. Nice receive by CTFR here.
Yeah.
Alpha Raster lost a leg here and goes down. Well done. Sadly, Aiden Pride has only one leg as well. Go down soon. Self-destruct.
Yeah, lost both the torsos and just lost all the keycap.
Yeah. Cauterizer has a really open CT, but from the back, not from the front, and only one leg, so he just needs to not die here.
Matt the Cat standing sentinel over his team's push.
Yeah, I feel like that was a bit of a mistake. Shadowcat with only 2 heavy larges is not the long range mech you would like to see in this position.
No, I see that build a lot in quick play as sort of a mid-range push.
Yeah, it's great for mid range, but not for long range. And he gonna lose a leg here. Yep. That's unfortunate.
And then Valkyrie is just going to walk up and serve him off his other leg.
Yep.
The enemy has capped enough resources.
It's sad
We
that
failed.
Operation Joke didn't get a kill on Cauterizer. They would have gotten 1 more point here.
Yeah. They did pick up Alpha Raster though.
Yeah, that's actually the first point for Operation Joke in this match.
And Iba putting out a really huge damage numbers in that Shadowcat. 537.
Yeah, the damage is nice, but I feel like it would have been better for him to be in the brawl itself. Especially because he brought some regular machine guns, he would have done a lot more damage being in the action.
So now we're switching over to Caustic Valley.
Yep. That is actually my favorite map.
I quite enjoyed it in ISC when we played it. There was a lot of really good fights along the 2 and 3 lines. What we've seen a lot of is teams posting up and range trading across the Caldera, though.
What caldera are you talking about? You can show it on the map.
One in the data.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
I would call that a Caldera.
I guess, yeah.
Luscious referred to it as Stonehenge.
Yeah, I can get behind this name more. Stonehenge
Well,
looks more similar to what's happening there.
But the Team 2 side would basically set up along their Charlie line here. Let's use their actual color. And then you are firing over Theta to where Team 1 would set up, sort of along the Fox line here.
Yep. What I saw actually is people from Team 2 side, they usually take, as you showed, this fire line, but more specifically these mountains, putting some medium usually to Delta 6 to poke enemies from the flank, and this side as well.
So there's a lot of good cover on the Team 2 side if you're going to try to do the pure range.
Yeah, I agree. The map
I do think
is actually quite big for a brawl push, but I've seen one with gargoyles actually, so it's possible.
Yeah, gargoyles and executioners.
Yep. I feel like if you like the only two viable strategies on the on this map is you either trade and bring some long range, maybe even LRMs because the map is fairly open, or you just push straight in. There's no possibility for you to play through data, just because whenever you put one mech to data, it's gone. It's not getting out of there.
We have seen DACA work. FJRD pulled a sort of a split deck where they had 3 range traders. This was on the 450 tonnage. But they had 3 mechs with ER larges and Gauss, like ultra long range traders. And then they had a pair of Kodiaks with AC-10s. And then the Kodiak just sort of pushed up to sort of the Delta 3 area. And the idea was that, at least it looked like to me, you push up these DACA mechs to either take higher DPS trades from a closer range if you're against a pure range deck, or if you're receiving a brawl push, you just sort of point and laugh because you have AC-10s.
That is true, yeah. There's actually a viable strategy going from the left side here, because you have all these mountains as a cover from the right side of the map.
Yeah. You can kind of sneak up the just on the left side of the 3 line.
Yeah. Actually, the gargoyles I've seen today pushing had, I think, 1 year PPC and 2 AC-10s, so it was a weird sort of DACA push. I would have expected gargoyles to have some, I don't know, some SRMs or maybe LBX or something like that, but it worked for them actually really good. They won 5-0.
Oh, the gargoyles I've seen have all been energy boats.
Yeah.
So running like a ton of micros.
Yeah. Also now you can feed one of the gargoyles with hack rifles, because they have some great quirks for it. But I haven't seen anyone build it like that.
We did see hags yesterday as the sort of mid-range DACA weapon, right?
Yeah.
Stone Rhino in particular, there was one that had like Hag 80, I think.
Yeah. How do you feel about hacks in general? I still feel like they were a bit over-nerfed.
I definitely think they were over-nerfed. Artistically, I think they're beautiful. Like, they make a really good sound. They have a really satisfying thunk when you fire them. I just kind of wish they did just a titch more damage.
Yeah. Maybe more damage, or maybe a little bit less heat, because it doesn't feel like Gauss rifles anymore. It feels more like some energy weapons.
But it's not a Gauss rifle. It's a hyper assault Gauss rifle.
Alright. Maybe if you put it like that, maybe maybe you can buff damage instead. Alright, I think we're done with map strats. That second team is still preparing, so do you want to tell us some potato facts?
Oh yes, so this stream is brought to us by the Noble Potato, which not actually indigenous to Europe. Yeah, it was brought over before it got mutated into the glorious tuber we all know and love.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you hear people crying about inaccuracies in fantasy games, you ask them if there's potatoes. And if there's potatoes, they're being a filthy hypocrite.
All right. Where did potatoes come from?
I believe they're North American,
Mm.
or at least the tuber that would become the potato was originally North American.
Mhm.
I actually had a potato for breakfast today. I made some hash browns.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Potatoes are the superfood of our century. I don't know.
Like,
It goes well with
they're
everything.
hugely calorically dense. They're surprisingly nutritionally complete. There's a reason, aside from exploitation by the English, that the Irish grew nothing but potatoes.
It's actually interesting to me that a lot of cultures over the world have potatoes as the main theme going for them. As you said, Irish. The country I'm from, the Belarus, is also known in the like Russian-speaking countries as the like potato country.
Yeah. So what it is, I read a sociology paper on this actually once.
Oh,
They
wow.
figure what it is that it's potatoes are very, very easy to grow
Mhm.
if you ignore them. And the amount of effort you put into growing a potato, you get a huge return on investment food-wise. So if you're a peasant in Belarus or Ireland and you're forced to work on a farm growing cash crops all day, you want to grow the most efficient thing for your own food.
Mhm.
So potato.
Yeah.
And also vodka.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah, and as you said, you can make some alcohol with it, so a double usefulness.
T2 locked, and beets are in a very similar category, which is also why borscht is such a huge thing in Eastern Europe.
All right. I didn't know that. Okay.
I love me some borscht.
Yeah, me too. All right, let's start.
Also, to answer a thing from the chat, Daverick, I'm tier 4. I probably shouldn't be in tier 4. I should probably be lower. And I'm running a team for comp. There is no such thing as not good enough for comp play.
Yeah, the best part about this game is that the competitive scene is really open to everyone. You can start your team, you can join any team. There's a lot of divisions going from Alpha to
We're all the way down to India. This
India,
tournament.
yeah. And there's also a
And that's
shit
not
division.
That's also not including stuff like Div H, which is the one I'm playing in, which is very explicitly for teams that are a mix of sort of new players and maybe returning players trying to kick the rust off.
Yep, so this plays for everyone. If you're interested in comp, you can join the MVO Comp Discord server. There's some instructions, you can post the message about looking for a team, and someone will pick you up.
Links are in the title card below the stream.
Yep. Alright, I can see dropships incoming. With the blue team here, I'm gonna give you some info on what they brought. I can already see 4 gargoyles. Seems to be very popular mech for this map. 2 heavy larges, 12 micropulse lasers on all of them, besides one. One has a 13 micropulse and one has 14. And backlunner with micropulse and 1 small laser, small pulse.
So, interesting mix of builds coming up from Operation Joke here. Aiden Pride with ATMs on that Timberwolf Howl. We have a 4 Ultra 2 Sun Spider, piloted by 3. 4 ER larges, 12 micros on X-Trader's Executioner. And then the Gargoyle from Share Glue is running 2 AR PPCs and 14 micro lasers. And then finally, rounding it out, we have a Arctic Wolf as the Scout Mech.
Nice. Gargoyles already in the enemy. They're already here, not giving any chance for Operation Joke to set up any sort of fire line.
Yeah, let's see those ATMs. Let's see the whoosh.
No. Not yet. Right, Valkyrie is actually getting some hits here.
Really nice disengage from 3 here, actually.
Yeah.
Like, if he's able to sort of stay alone, he's going to get a lot of value out of that Sunspider.
Ooh, Matt's trying to win some time, but going too far and dying. Both legs
Yeah.
destroyed. Still no ATMs fire. Okay, I can see some.
Yeah, might be within the minimum range, though, at Tryhard Edgelord in the Black Lantern.
Yeah.
He does have the plasma cannons for the backup weapon. He's not completely harmless.
I don't think he's gonna stay alive for long. Yeah, and self-destruct by full damage. Traitor already lost a leg and loses a second one as well. Okay, so it's only Xray and chair glue for Operation Joke here.
Now, those aren't the worst 2 mechs to be alive for Operation Joke, and if they're able to pick off a couple legs here, they could maybe pull this out, or at least pull a couple kills off.
Yeah, but they need to run and run fast. Chair glue is gonna get in trouble, and 3 as well. 3 already lost a leg here.
Yeah.
And goes down.
Chair Glue focusing on Tryhard Edgelord, just dive into him with that Black Lantern.
Yeah. And loses a leg and goes down. What can you say? Textbook brawl from CTFR here.
Yeah. Showing that even in the heavier tonnages, you still can kind of do brawl.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing them bring 4 Kodiak Spirit Bears on drop 5 to keep the pattern going.
Yeah. That is a possibility. Or you can always bring some executioners. Maybe even Colossal on Rhino because it has mask.
Yeah. You can bring... Is the Colossal legendary?
No, it's not. It's just a hero mech. The legendary is the one with like white and purple camo. Don't remember the name of it. But I don't think you can bring the legendary Stone Rhino because it's not up for MC yet.
Yeah, it is in fact banned.
Alright, could you remind me what was the score? Because I completely forgot.
5-0.
5-0, okay. So we have 24 to 1 point from Operation Joke here.
Yeah. And just gonna double check that we swapped the teams.
Oh yeah, right. Thank you for reminding me. We're gonna jump into the last drop very soon. We'll see if Operation Joke managed to get more points for the team. It doesn't really matter that they are losing the drops. The most important thing here is getting kills. So if they manage to get a few more kills, it may help them in the long run in the tiebreaker to get higher than other teams.
So props to Mr. Bear when they came up with the scoring system for this tournament. Kills matter almost more than match wins. Each mech destroyed is a point, along with a single point for each drop win. So if I know last Tournament of Stars actually 2D20. What did we call the B team that year? Whatever Plato decided the B team was called for 2D20, because I can't remember off the top of my head. We came in second, but went like 2 and 3 in the matches. The thing is, all of our losses were like 5-4. So we had enough points that we still ended up in second on tiebreakers.
Yeah, that's the best part about this tournament, is that this just pure mech action. You just have to kill everyone.
There's also a flavor, sort of a neat flavor thing to point out. The reason it's called Tournament of Stars is the star is the clan like unit of organization for a group of battle mechs, and it's 5 mechs. So it's a star versus a star.
That's a nice bit of trivia I didn't know.
Yeah.
The only thing about Tournament of Stars that I know is emojis that we have in MVO Comp Discord. The one that we got in previous year in TESPA supporter
Yeah.
pack. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Okay, so this drop is gonna be 450 tons maximum, so we can expect a lot of assaults.
Yeah, this is where you're gonna see like 4 stone rhinos, 4 direwolves,
Yeah,
4 direwolves, that sort of thing.
yeah. But actually, with the tournament being all about kills, I'm not actually surprised there's a lot of brawl being brought in.
Yeah.
Feel
It's a
like,
very efficient way to get kills.
yeah,
Whether they're yours or your enemies remains to be seen.
yeah. Like, if you, I really liked in the last drop, the CTFR didn't waste any time. They just hold this W button and just went into the enemy. That's the best way for you to push. That's how you do the push. You just hold the W
Yeah.
and never let it go, and just get
The
into the
thing that
enemy.
will kill the overall push, especially in comp, is being indecisive about it.
Yeah. It may seem simple that you just need to get into the enemy, but once you piloting this mech, it feels you feel this pressure of, you know, maybe I should wait, maybe I shouldn't go right away, maybe I can get killed and stuff like that. And the hardest thing for you is to overcome this fear and just get into the enemy.
Yeah. And then learning how to armor share effectively.
Yeah. And
Because you don't
focus.
you don't stop moving forward, but you back off a little bit and let somebody else take the front point.
Yeah, yeah. You usually just take some cover behind some mountain or something like that, and then just wait for another mech to get in front of you. Yeah,
That's actually part of why I really like the Executioner for the if you're going to learn to armor share. Because what you can do is, as you're pushing, you just let off the mask
Mhm.
and let one of your buddies mask in front of you.
yeah, that's a nice way to do it. Yeah, another important thing in the pushes is to call out the shots and call out the targets to focus one mech right away.
Yeah.
Because
Because if you and 5 of your buddies kill one person, there's only 4 of them shooting back at you.
yeah, and if every and each one of you shoot different targets, you probably gonna lose. Just because if you bring some SRMs, you usually get hot very very quickly. So yeah, if you don't kill mechs, you're gonna get in trouble real fast.
One of the tricks that we found on Saber Goose that I think is worth sharing, if your team's having trouble, especially when we see these decks that are like 4 gargoyles or whatever, what you do is you hold on to your target spotted, and then when the shot caller calls the target, have them put the target spotted square on whatever the called target is.
Mm.
And it can help quite a bit when we see these drops that are 4 of the same mech, and you sort of have the Spartacus armor.
Yeah, yeah, that works. In my team, we usually just put the like you can get the company command and put a little star instead of a blue square. So it's more distinguishable. It's a little bit harder for the person putting enemy spotted, because whenever you open this menu, you have a lot of options there.
Yeah.
And this menu doesn't work perfectly every time, so you may misclick. So you need to get some practice, but it's usually more distinguishable, and you can still put blue squares to spot your enemies.
Did not know that. I'll have to play around with that in training grounds.
Yeah, another good bit of trivia is that whenever you put enemy spotted, even if enemy goes behind some cover, you can't see him anymore. You can see this enemy spotted on the minimap for 5 seconds more. And if you put the company command or lens command spot, it lasts for 10 seconds instead of 5. So you get like sort of free wall hack, especially if you dueling in 1v1 or 2v2, it's especially useful.
Get a little spy drone for a bit. And both teams are locked up as we move into the 450 drop.
Yep, the last drop for this match. Let's go. Both teams took less than maximum tonnage. So
Yeah.
perhaps brawl from both teams?
I would have to assume so. Either that or we'll see the Rancor, which is a 95 tonner.
Hmm.
And I do think that the Rancor has a good range trade profile, especially those beautiful shoulder mounts for the energy boats.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, still Caustic feels like one of the most interesting and beautiful maps for me. Just a lot of features, a lot of sort of narrative from the level design here.
It's a very strong level design, and I also think with the points, you have a very, like, if you're doing either the 3-point or the single point thing, you can set up very different sorts of fights to happen.
Yeah. Actually, like the previous version of this map more. Sadly, it's not in the game anymore. Not in the rotation, at least.
The one that had that sort of big cauldron in the center.
Yeah, it was beautiful. The most NASCAR map you can imagine.
Alright, so from CTFR we have a Mad Cat running 2 Gauss and 4 AR larges, a pair of Dire Wolves piloted by Mr. T and Valkyrie. The Dire Wolves are running a mix of AC2s and Clan AC2s. And the other one is just running 8 Ultra 2s. And then we have a Stormcrow as the scout mech, along with a Stone Rhino 4.
Mm-hmm.
Which is 2 Gauss rifle and 2 Hag 30s.
Yep.
So very much 400 tonners and a scout.
Yep. Only it's Shadowcat, not Stormcrow, but yeah. Everything else you correct.
I was doing so well.
Yeah. For Operation Joke we have Executioner with year larges and micro lasers, another one with year PPCs and small pools and micros, and third one with year larges and micro lasers as well. And we have Trial Direwolf for Mets the Cat here, and 3 in his Ice Ferret with 4 SRM6. It's interesting, both teams didn't take the maximum tonnage, but both of them brought trade instead of brawl.
Yeah. We have found, as we've been deck building on Saber Deuce, that the 100 tonners are easy to pick, but often the scout mech you want isn't 50 tons with the clan mechs.
Yeah.
And so you end up dropping late because you're dropping a Shadow Cat or an Arctic Cheetah or something.
Yeah. I'm not sure if there's any good scout mechs for 50 tons. There's not really any reason for you to pick them as when you have like Shadow Cats and Vipers.
Yeah, maybe Vapor Eagle if you want your scout mech to be scout as a very big secondary line.
Yeah. Alright, so far it seems CTFR are winning their trades if you look at the health percentages, but by not
Tryhard
much.
Edgelord's taking a lot of damage.
Ooh. Share Glue tries to move but get some hits.
Admittedly, yeah, most of Operation Joke are in rougher shape, but Tryhard Edgelord lost a couple trades there. I actually really like the way CTFR is sort of spread out.
Yeah. Seems with Executioners the Operation Joke wanted to push into the enemy a little bit by the left side, but yeah, with CTFR being spread out like that with their fire line, it's probably not gonna be possible.
No, unless you get a pick somewhere.
Yeah. Tryhard Edgelord is here all by himself in his Mad Cat. So maybe he's the one who will get picked. Yeah, it seems
he's overheated or something because he's taken a lot of CT damage.
Yeah.
But his front's still armored. The other thing to be careful of is if you're trying to retreat here, it's very easy to back out of the map, and the indicator is not great.
Yeah, that is true. Sometimes games bugs out and just doesn't tell you anything, doesn't give you the sound clue about you going over the map.
Yeah. Same with like chair glue here. It's entirely possible that he's rocking back and forth, that he just walks right off into the woods.
Yeah. Tryhard Edgelord actually manages to leave his unfortunate position and get closer to his teammates. And Valkyrie doing a lot of work here, trading the enemy with their Daka mechs. Mad Zakat is already at 63%. The only issues with these dire wolves is that they have limited amount of ammo. So at some point they may just run out.
He does have the gauze for backup. Or not gauze, PPCs.
Direwolves? From CTFR side, no, they only have a Daka.
Yeah. No, sorry, I thought you were talking about Mad the Cats and the trial direwolf.
Ah, yeah. No. He's already done for, sadly.
But yeah, the AC2s will chew through their ammo fairly quickly.
Let's actually see how much ammo they have left. Okay, 200 bullets for Mr. T. For Valkyrie, 600 bullets still. Wasn't shooting as much, and he has only AC2, so it's a bit easier.
Yeah, the ultra auto cannons will again just chew through ammo if you're double tapping.
Yeah. Alright, Aiden here in the corner. Valkyrie is gonna push into him.
I just want to call out Cauterizer's about to surprise the hell out of Xray.
Oh wow, he's already here.
Yeah.
In a fresh Stone Rhino.
Beautiful flank there from the Stone Rhino.
Yeah. Didn't even see him. No wonder the Operation Joke didn't see him either. Okay, so the tree is the only one who is left for Operation Joke here. Perhaps he can try to get a kill on someone.
Needs to go find Tryhard Edgelord and dive him for the points.
Yeah, he lost a leg here. Yep. I can see machine guns from Aba still shooting the corpse of Tree. Stop it. He's already dead.
Stop, he's already dead. Very good performance from CTFR here.
Yeah, well done by them. Setting a firing line right from the beginning and doing a really nice job of trading and finishing the job with a push from Stone Rhino in the end.
That's always the hard thing to figure out if you're playing these sort of Daka push, or the sort of range trade, is like, when do you just start pushing?
Yeah.
But good job to Confrérie des Techno-Guerriers Français.
Oh, you found the full name. Ooh, well,
I'm guessing it's Techno-Guerriers Français and not Techno-Guerriers France. Like, I'm assuming they ran out of characters.
I wouldn't. I can't advise you. I don't know French. But what
it translates to like group of French techno warriors.
Alright. What I can see is Valkyrie did over 1000 damage in his direwolf. 1069 to be
nice.
Correct. Yeah. Alright.
Make sure to get the published stats. I realized I forgot to.
Yeah, I did it. I'm gonna post the code.
Well, thank you to the teams for the games.
Yep. Thank you to the teams. It was nice games. So the final score is 30-1. 30 to CTFR and 1 for Operation Joke. Even though it was kind of a stomp, don't worry. Everyone is still learning, so yeah, it's totally fine.
And I also just want to say thank you to Kronopsky, Livish, and the rest of the MWO Comp admins for organizing all this. Thank you to Mr. Bear for coming up with the idea for Tournament of Stars. And thank you for casting, Mokar.
Thank you too for being my co-caster, and thank you for all the info about potatoes.
Look, I get called it enough in quick play. I might as well embrace it.
Yeah, that's actually a nice bit of trivia that I learned something today, you know. So that's always good.
And thank you to chat for coming out and supporting the teams.
Yep.
MechWarrior Leagues is live with DPS versus Blocked and Muted.
And if you want to get some more mech action in 45 minutes on this channel, we're gonna have a match of Mantra versus 228 Space Cadets, which is my team.
Ooh, Div A.
Yep, Division A. And at the same time, we're gonna have Division F on main channel. Throt Team Optic versus Naughty Ravens from Lucius Balzac.
And then I'm also going to be casting the Div G match, OxyClean versus Flaming Stewards, on my private channel. Because they haven't given me the keys to the official matches yet.
Alright, so yep. People, don't forget to join the streams and support your teams. And thank you, and see you next time.
Bonsoir.